Think we're rolling now. Welcome to number 4 of fall 2023. So today is Sunday, September 10th. We are into September now. So I actually just posted episode 3, or I got it up like yesterday. So I pretty much like work on these videos. Like I'll record them on the weekend, obviously, when I go out and do the shoot, because the weekends are pretty much the only time when I have enough time to actually do this, because it is a process. It takes, essentially up to half a day to a whole day to get the actual field footage and the photos and stuff. So I'll do the video during like the weekend and then edit it all, do all the editing stuff during the week, and then generally by like the next Friday or Saturday I'll have it up. So just got out episode 3 yesterday. So today, Sunday, September 10th, blah, 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 is number 4. So I was really debating if I've got my coffee going. It's 3 o'clock right now, 3 p.m. So I drink a fair amount of coffee. You gotta stay caffeinated. So I was debating today if I actually wanted to go and do a shoot, or, I mean, I really want to. Like, I want to get into the habit of, obviously I do this anyways, but in terms of fall being just kind of, really the fall season is kind of, it's just my go time. This is the best season in terms of my photography. It's the season I enjoy most, taking photos in and stuff. Obviously, because Midwest, fall foliage is ideal here in Wisconsin. So, what am I trying to say? I've really been wanting to go out and shoot pretty much every weekend that I can, essentially, during these months. So that's going to change coming into winter and spring, obviously, because different weather and stuff. And daylight savings takes a role in that as well, with the amount of daylight we have. But yeah, so today I was debating. It's just super overcast today, essentially, is what I'm trying to get to. It's extremely cloudy. There's been no sunlight. Yesterday on Saturday it was really sunny. I was kind of regretting that I didn't go out and shoot yesterday, but I was so busy getting the video uploaded. I also went for a run yesterday, which kind of wiped me out. And I was just running errands all day, so didn't make it. So today's the day. I don't have a problem shooting in overcast weather or not ideal weather. The most ideal conditions are obviously going to be a little bit, at least for me personally, it's going to be a little bit sunny, some slight cloudiness. It's nice to have clouds rolling around. It gives a nice kind of shadowy effect here and there. But obviously having a little bit of sun is ideal. When it's completely overcast, not ideal, because it's just very monotone, flat colors. You don't get a lot of dynamic or like depth within photos, but it also presents just kind of another challenge. And I like to think if you want to be a good photographer, or just or videographer, you should be able to shoot, or I've always just kind of held the philosophy that you should be able to go out and take photos or video in any type of weather and be able to come away with, a good photo or video, a good looking, whether that be, making it, enhancing it through post edits or whatnot, whatever you need to do, or just finding ways when you're out there in the field of kind of manipulating the scene, changing the frame, the exposure, anything within the camera settings. It's just another, I kind of just look at it as like a challenge. Some people may just completely not go out and, just turn down the photo shoot if it's bad weather or not ideal. But I tend to think if you can get out there anyways and at least, attempt to get something good, that's going to be better than nothing. So that's basically what I'm going to do today. So super overcast. Just debating if I wanted to go in town, get some like in-town scenes, more neighborhoody type shots. But I really want to check out this hiking spot that I haven't been to yet. It's about 20 minutes away from here. The name of the place it's a county park, but it has the name Mighty Maples in it. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of maple trees. In terms of the fall foliage, like the fall colors around here, I have, like I said in the last video, I'm seeing stuff starting to turn yellow. We've got some trees, some of the early trees that initially turn, I think like hemlocks or like ash trees. They're definitely like turning yellow, but the majority of stuff is still kind of greenish yellow. So nothing really is turning to, we're still in the early stages of fall. So I thought it would be a good idea to at least check out the spot. If there are a lot of maple trees, I think it would be a good spot to come back to, maybe, early October on a sunny day. But I have no idea. I mean, I've never been there. So it could be, if I see something along the route, along the trail that looks cool today, who knows. So going to go out there and try it out, see what we can see. It looks like it's kind of a bluffy area, and it is pretty deep in the woods. Like there's not much around there. It's just kind of a county park. So I'm not expecting a whole lot of variety. To be honest, I don't have a lot of expectation for this photo shoot in terms of coming away with amazing pictures. I won't be surprised if I only get like one or two, just because it looks like there's not going to be a whole lot of variety. It's mostly just probably going to be a forest and a trail, but it's still going to be nice. I'm still going to have a good time getting outside and hiking around. And honestly, an overcast fall day when it's like 65 degrees in Wisconsin in September is pretty nice. It's pretty, pretty relaxing. So it's going to be nice just to get out there. But if you guys are interested, I figure I may just bring this up. I do my photos with this. It's a Canon Rebel XS. It's a very dinky camera. This thing's probably like 15 years old. My uncle gave it to me. Probably not that even worth that much money. But it's just a camera that I enjoy taking photos with. Plain and simple. Obviously one day I want to upgrade. I've always wanted to upgrade, but photography is one of the most expensive hobbies you can have. So it's just going to be a matter of time. Save up some cash to drop some bands on a nice camera. But for years now, I've been shooting with this camera, and it's got kind of like a retro, kind of old school style of photo. I think it's got kind of more of a sepia, I think is how you say it, kind of like a vintage tone to it. But it still makes pretty clear photos. The focus on it is good. It's very durable. Never had any issues with it really. So if you guys are interested, Canon Rebel XS, nothing crazy. So doesn't matter what you're taking pictures with, really. Just, it's about the skill, I think, and just the person behind the camera. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the intro. So 3:15 right now. I'm going to get going here, like really right after I finish filming this. So because obviously daylight, sunset today is at like 7:30. Daylight doesn't really matter right now. I'm not really shooting for a specific time frame because it's all overcast. Honestly, it'd be cool if I got some photos closer to sunset when things are more gloomy, but I don't really care today. I'm kind of just winging it. And again, like I said, I don't really have big expectations for this photo shoot, so we're just going to get out there and do it. So let's cut to some field footage. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Let's get it. All right, friends. So we're back in the woods. Made it out to the county park. the mighty maples. There's the good old ram. So this is kind of a cool little road going up, but yeah, overcast day, there's nobody really out here. Took me 20 minutes to drive out here on just like a 2-lane backcountry road, so we're pretty out here. But there's some trails behind me right here. I'm not sure where they go, but it's a beautiful day. It's like 70 degrees. So I'll just start walking here. Got my hoodie on for the first time. So I'm assuming these are like DNR trails, or obviously maybe this is owned by the city. But there's no signs or anything, so we're just gonna start heading down one of these trails here. I'm gonna stop here and just take a quick photo of this. I just think it's kind of cool, the truck there, so I'm gonna turn this around quick. I'm gonna check the map too before we head down one of these trails, so we'll see. Always check the map, figure out where you're going. Alright guys, so just walked a little bit up the trail here we took the left trail. I looked at the map a little bit and came up to this really cool shot here. Check it out. So I took a vertical shot of this with the fence line in there. And if you guys can see, there's a little neighborhood over there, a little suburb. So I just kind of like this frame, and it actually looks like the sun is kind of lighting up that area a little bit. So pretty cool shot, just to start off the hike right away. I don't know what's growing here, but there's a little like yellow patch kind of in the middle, like a little dead spot. Maybe it's beans or something, but we're gonna keep walking down here. Take one last look at this. So yeah, you guys will see in the editing portion, but I took a vertical photo of this. I like that a lot. I stood there for probably about, I don't know, 10 minutes? No, maybe 5. But man, this is really out here. I did not expect it to be this. Oh, look at that. I can see the little town. So there's a little village over there. There's a festival going on today. I can hear some of the music playing. I'm just looking for a shot right now. It kind of looks too overgrown. I'll keep moving. Looks like there's a little opening. I think would make for, this will be cool. I don't know if you guys can see check it out. That's pretty cool. Classic little Midwest Wisconsin village. I am definitely going to stop here and take a photo of that, or try to. So, looks like there's another opening over here. Oh wow. That is just beautiful. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm hitting this at the right time too. It's like, it's lighting up right now. So, I'll be right back, guys. Gonna hop on the camera, the real camera. Really pretty field. So this is kind of interesting, guys. Walking down to the trail, walking down the trail here, and looks like it just dead ends. Kind of unfortunate, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of where we walked down the fence line here of this farm field. And looks like it just dead ends. I walked a little bit through here. I'll take you through. Looks like other people have walked through here as well. Just comes out basically. To a another farm field. Really beautiful. I mean, there's that town in the distance. You can see the church. Very pretty. Really peaceful. But I'll walk back out here. I mean, the trail dead ends. You can't really do much. But I mean, there was that other trail going the other direction, kind of up into the park that way. So I'm going to probably go down that a bit. I'm gonna check and see what time it is. But I mean, just walking up on this little ridge line here, capturing some of that. That was really cool. I mean, I'm just honestly, like, I was pretty satisfied with those shots that I was showing you earlier, those frames. It's kind of I mean, and I can zoom in, like crop in on these photos too. There's a little house through there. But, so yeah, we're gonna head down this trail, back down the trail we came, and then see what else is up that other kind of split junction that we saw earlier. So we'll check it out. All right, guys, so before I left the dead end stop here, I just looked at this kind of whole setting, and I was like, wow, this looks pretty spooky. Like, I really turned down the exposure settings on the camera and took this, as you guys will see in this the editing, but I wonder if I can do that right now on the camera here. Nah, whatever, but I don't know, it just looks really cool when it's all darkened up. Really spooky, so. Yeah, I don't know, I really like that. Really like that one. That was freaking awesome. Something out of a scary movie setting. But let's get after it. Let's keep walking. Oop. So I don't know how much longer I stay out, but I at least want to walk down that other trail a little bit. So overall though, I'm already pretty happy with what we got here for photos. I think these alone look really cool. So we're back at the junction here. There's the truck. And it's like 5 o'clock right now. There's that trail. So I'm gonna walk down it a little bit. It is getting fairly late, so I don't want to be out here too long. I always end up going for shoots later in the day. I don't know why. It just kind of happens. But man, this one and the last one have been spooky. I'm always like, I don't know. I'm always like, is there a bear fucking around the corner or something? I mean, bears are pretty rare in this part of Wisconsin, but you never know. So always that fear in me. So I'm gonna walk up here a little bit. I don't think very far. Check it out. But let's see. All right, friends. Well, we walked up the trail a bit, and it is certainly getting dark back here. I'm not going to go too much farther. I looked on the map. Looked like I'm only about halfway in to where it kind of opens up in the woods here. So I'm just kind of gonna peek around this corner. Oh wow. Jesus. Fucking acorn almost fell on my head. We're gonna get going, guys. I'm not gonna go up that trail there. It just seems too far and not much promise, so. And plus we already got some good ones. And also it's just fucking dark in here and spooky. It's about 5:30 right now. Still very, very overcast. So not too far back to the truck, and then yeah, do a little wrap up video. All right, friends, so gonna wrap it out here. Just walking back to the truck right now. Don't have too far to go, but I guess the point of this video, good takeaway, is that even when it's a dreary day, it's cloudy and or rainy even, you can still get out, and you never know kind of what you're gonna see, what you'll come across. Like today, I mean, I did not expect to come across a little ridge line and get a nice little vantage point of that little village. It's really cool. So kind of just push yourself, challenge yourself to just get outside and see what's out there, even if it's not the best of weather. You know, as far as how it feels out right now, amazing. You know, I'm in a hoodie and jeans. It's perfect. A little breeze in the air. It's like 65 degrees, 67, something like that. Oh my goodness. Could not ask for a better feeling of weather, but you know, it's just kind of a typical kind of fall day like you'll see in the movies sometimes, where it's or like a scary movie. You know, I always keep saying it feels spooky on some hikes, and the weather and the cloudiness, overcast days definitely plays a role in that, how it feels outside. So you can kind of incorporate that into your photos or videos, whatever you're making. But I guess I'm kind of a constant observer of the weather day by day, at least when I'm planning on going and taking photos and doing photo shoots. So we're back. Little junction. I didn't really go too far down that trail, as you guys can see. The other one I went all the way down, but if there's anybody pulled up, I thought I heard like some cars pulling up on this gravelly road. I guess not. There's literally nobody out here. It's pretty nuts, but that'll do it, guys. Yeah, it's gonna be a short one. I honestly got some, I think I got 2 or 3 really cool photos. Like low exposure, the low exposure one. I really like that one, kind of at the dead end. I thought that was crazy, honestly. I just took a second look at that, the setting of that, and I was like, this is perfect. So even stuff like that, and that was literally just a dead end of the trail, just woods and a little bluff line or hill line in the background, and it made a pretty crazy shot. So we'll cut back to editing, and yeah, thanks for tagging along for the field adventure. So coming up here, as fall progresses and the leaves really start popping off, I'm gonna start hitting some shoots in town, getting some stuff of just like residential neighborhoods type stuff. I like to incorporate like those types of photos, and obviously focusing on the fall leaves. So expect that kind of as we get into September and October. So I'll cut it here though. So see you guys back in the crib. Okay. What's up, guys? What is up, everybody? So this is editing for number 4. So that shoot wasn't very long, like you guys just saw in the field footage. But still, was pretty satisfied, pretty happy with just that little ridge line, kind of where I walked up to. I thought that was, honestly, I was really surprised with those photos, and just a little vantage point looking down on that village. I thought that was pretty cool. So, but even, I guess that was kind of a good just segment on, even if it's gloomy out, like today it's raining right now, honestly, which is kind of shitty because it's a Saturday. But even when it's gloomy out, not the greatest weather, you can still get out there and just go for a hike or just get outside. Or if you're doing photos like I am, I always try to just challenge myself to be able to take photos, take cool shots in any type of weather. So get a sip of water. Hopefully the audio or like podcast episodes or segments to these is, if you're just listening to these, hopefully it's, I guess, engaging enough. If you're not watching the video, I would hope, or I would recommend that you guys, if you are watching or listening, to pull up the YouTube video for the field footage segment at least. So maybe then you can get an idea of where I was hiking around and taking photos. But do whatever the hell you want. Hopefully the audio segments alone are engaging enough, though. But anyways, let's get into it. So let's hop on my screen here. So today we're just going to basically do one photo again, kind of like the last one. You guys can see here that I was talking about this in the field footage, how I was really surprised at how well this one turned out, kind of just at that dead end of the trail. So we're going to edit this one. I already got it cropped out. Before we do that, I mean, like I was saying, guys, and we are already into September, which is pretty crazy. I didn't get too many photos throughout this little, and you can just see through here how overcast it was on this day, but I really like that one too, of the vertical shot, kind of with this fence line looking down the farm field into the bluff where there's a little neighborhood. And it was nice because you can see the sunlight kind of comes through there a little bit, even though it was so overcast. There was little glimpses of light that was able to expose the hillside enough, so it made for some decent photographs. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. So yeah, I stood here in this spot at the dead end for a good chunk of time, just taking that photo. Thought it was really cool. And it was just a double take, guys. I mean, a lot of the time I'll look at something or like a frame and I won't realize how good it is until I look at it again. You know what I mean? So don't be afraid to, sometimes I'll literally just be somewhere and just be looking at something for 30 to 60 seconds. Oh, that's for the next episode. You guys are getting a little preview. Whoops. But, yeah. So let's edit this bad boy. So I cropped this to a 5x7. Nothing crazy. This crop is pretty, pretty standard. But this is the unedited version. So even the unedited looks really, really good, I think. I'm just going to make sure the video is recording, just to double check. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We are good. Okay, so right off the bat, kind of like I always do, I'm going to scoot up my chair a little bit. Get in here a little bit closer to the monitor. So I'm going to sharpen this. But like I was saying, I really like just this photo as it is. I don't think there's much that needs to be done, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to sharpen. I'm still going to... I don't want to sharpen the foreground. I want the middle ground, kind of the... Because we're looking through the trees, basically, into this farm field, which is obviously the center point and the focal point of the photograph. Ooh, I don't want to sharpen that. The foreground is pretty blurry. I autofocused kind of in the center here, so I don't want the foreground to get too grainy if I sharpen that up. If that makes any sense. Maybe do a little bit around the leaves here. But honestly, I think that looks pretty good. Whenever I zoom in and out on Photoshop, it kind of lags around. Also, because when you edit a TIFF file, I believe this file size is a lot larger, and it's just I shoot large resolution photographs, so. Honestly, I'm not going to do any more sharpening, I think. Maybe just I'm going to do... So this has already got 10% in the middle here. So I'm just going to do 5%, break it up to like 15. Just a little bit more. Why not? Okay, let's mess with some curves. Hope you guys have been getting outside. Maybe taking some photos, maybe just hiking around, maybe doing some airsoft for the OG subscribers. Man, it's been, we've had some overcast days here in Wisco, but overall, I'm getting into fall and it's nice. So definitely get outside, guys, before winter gets here and it's freezing cold, unless you like winter. I don't enjoy it a lot. Fall is my favorite not holiday, season for sure. But anyways, so let's bring up... So because whenever I have photographs where it's really overcast, there's already not a lot of, white coloring. Like, there's not a lot of exposure in the photo. There's not a lot of whites from the sunlight because it's overcast and there's clouds, if that makes sense. So when I'm editing these types of photos, I can really bring up the top level of the color range, if that makes sense, which is like the lighter and the lighter shades of the colors. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Hopefully that makes sense in some fashion. And I think this looks pretty cool. Oh, damn. I just undid everything, didn't I? Did I not? No, I'm good. Sometimes I accidentally hit the undo button on the curves. See, like, I can bring it up a lot, and it doesn't mess around with much. I mean, the sky definitely gets overexposed, but I don't really care because most of this photograph is, looking out from, like, I'm buried in the woods, basically. Buried in the trees. So I think in that range looks pretty good. For the top level of the curves. Again, I don't want to expose. I want to keep it pretty dark because it's spooky. It's kind of a spooky scene. So I do want to keep the natural, kind of the natural look of this photo, like I always do with my photos, but the natural, unedited version of this is very underexposed for a reason. Kind of keep that theme. I'll keep that theme going with my editing. But I'm pretty much just trying to make things pop a little bit more. Because, yeah, when you're dealing with underexposed, overcast types of stuff, it's going to be flat coloring as well, not a lot of contrast. So that's kind of what I'm trying to put in right now. And you can see it's already making this foreground contrasty, but also a little bit grainy, which is fine. It's not very noticeable unless you zoom in a lot. Honestly, that looks pretty damn good. I might have just hit the ticket. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, so I'm pretty much just trying to make it pop a little bit more because the original photo is flat. If you guys take photos and you want to enhance them a little bit more, yeah, just, you can basically just, I know there's just simple adding contrast slider bars and stuff. But adding contrast is the simplest thing, and bringing out those highlights, like the top end of the color curves. So like the lighter colors, the whites, stuff like that. But even like, again, like I kind of always have been saying in these, I've seen styles of photographs that are intentionally, very flat grained, flat exposure, flat color base, and they look really cool. Like I've seen, I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know I've seen photos like those, portraiture, kind of vintage style photos. So let's get these curves done, and then I'll continue my rant. I think this looks pretty good. Check out this leaf. It's like the only burning red leaf, but that looks pretty cool. So, but yeah, in this photo alone, like, you could consider this, like, there's not a lot of color going. Obviously, it's very green. We're going to bring in some yellows to make it more fall-like, but for the most part, a lot of kind of flat greens. So even this photo is consider it like not there's not a lot of vibrance. But again, stylistically, do whatever the hell you want. You know, I'm just basically explaining what I do, and with anything, artwork wise, you know, specifically photography wise, or just whatever, anything, you know, find your type of style or niche that you like to create, and just go for it. Just go with it. I like, like I said, I've seen those types of styles of photographs where it's very kind of monotone and flat, kind of not a lot of saturation. You could even say quote unquote like dull, but with, the right framing, the right subject matter, the right lighting, you can make stuff, just look super cool. So that was a decent little rant. So let's bring up the saturation a bit. I'm not going to bring it up too much because, again, I don't want this photo to pop too much. I want it to be rather dark and spooky. I might even bring down the curves a little bit, but not that much. A little bit more there. I think they were at a 2. On the bottom end, it gets really touchy. Once you start, because that would be just messing with the contrast a lot. So you do need to be kind of careful. Honestly, I might bring down this middle ground a little bit. It's just kind of grainy. The foreground is a little bit too grainy. And I do look at that because when you're messing with the exposure of things, you don't want to get stuff overexposed and then you get graininess. For the most part, doesn't really make a photo look that great. Unless it's intentional and you're trying to do something themed around that. I don't know. Who knows? Okay. I think this is done. Let's merge all those layers. And let's go to Lightroom. Dead end. Yeah, I was really happy with this photo. It was surprising for sure. I was pretty much just about to leave. I started walking back up the trail there and turned around, and just something about the lighting. And sometimes I come across these types of scenes where, there's the last photo we worked on, where, sometimes I'll come across some of those scenes where it's not really anything. Like, this is just literally the dead end of a trail. It's just a tree and basically a farm field that you can barely see. That, looking through a little hole in the tree in the walkway there, I guess. I don't even know how to accurately describe it, but sometimes I'll just come across stuff like this where just everything kind of fits together in a photo. So I always like these types of I don't even know. I'm trying to think of the word. Unexpected scenes. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So let's add a little bit of clarity. As always, I'm not going to do too much. Maybe up to a 2. We're going to bring the temp up to like a 3 or a 4 because this is too green. Way too green for me. Want to bring in some yellow, or at least tint. Basically, what this slider bar does is it like tints the green to yellow. Now that's like way too much. But if I went up to even like a 6, which I rarely do, looks pretty cool. It basically just gives it, I think, more of a sunset, fall type color scheme. Also, it makes it kind of retro looking. All those kind of retro vintage photographs are kind of, they have that like yellowish layering to them. So that looks pretty good. I like it. I like it there. All right, let's. We are almost done, guys. Let's just add. Oh, before I add some exposure bubbles, I'm going to. No, actually, I do need to add a bubble here, or a mask, I should say, because I want to soften the foreground. It's just too grainy for my liking. So you can do this too, guys, if you're editing photos and stuff. You can just create masks and just de-sharpen things, basically. Dehaze. I forget which way. That's too much. No, it's the other way. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, like I said, when you're messing around with exposure and lighting, bringing out highlights, it's going to cause graininess in photos. Unless you're bringing in some sort of layering that can kind of counteract that effect. Which fucking effect softens this? Is it dehaze? Yeah, I think it's dehaze. I always forget which exact effect it is that makes the graininess go away. I think it's also, usually I use a combination of like the noise slider, and the dehaze, I think that's what I did last time. So let's see here. I mean, it looks a little bit better, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really do a whole lot. Um, Man, that's kind of disappointing. I thought that would work a little bit better. Honestly, though, I mean, like, stuff can't be perfect. This is the thing, guys. Like, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this stuff. This is just, I love doing this stuff for sure. This is like, my passion project, I guess you could say. But nothing can ever be perfect. I could sit here editing one photo for 3 or 4 hours, and it would be the most boring video ever if I recorded it all. But I wouldn't put you guys through that pain, and I don't edit like that. But I could. I definitely could. I could just go crazy with some stuff. But I don't think you need to do that, and I don't enjoy doing that. Because then I just want to pull my damn hair out. I want to enjoy what I'm doing. Everybody, you should enjoy whatever your hobbies are. You should enjoy doing them. To an extent. Obviously, you want to challenge yourself and get better at what you're doing. But I'm not going to torture myself with my perfectionist kind of attitude towards things. And I do know I know I have that. So sometimes I just need to cut it off. So let's add just a couple more. I'm just going to add a bubble or a mask. I keep saying bubble. A little exposure mask. That's actually way too big. I'm not going to do too much here. Basically just to bring out the focal point of the photo, which is right in the middle. Just looking through to the, I don't know what plant was growing in these farm fields. It kind of looked like some beans. I'm not really sure. Or it might have just been some plant that nourishes the soil. I wasn't quite sure. It could have been beans though. It could have been. It's definitely harvest season around here. I'm sure it is around in other places as well. I'm seeing the farm stalls coming out. The corn and the pumpkins and stuff like that. It's always cool. I love seeing pumpkins. Man, I love pumpkins. Pumpkins are the best. I need to buy some pumpkins for sure. They're just like so cool looking, and you can carve them. Who doesn't love a pumpkin? A nice big orange pumpkin. It's great. It's like it's just cool. It's fucking cool, alright? Pumpkins are freaking awesome. I don't care what you say. Pumpkins are the shit. And I need to go get some pretty damn soon here. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the goddamn season. Alright, guys. Do you think that looks pretty good? I don't want to do too much more to that. I don't want to do too much more to it. Honestly, I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to create a vignette. If you guys know what that is. It's basically shadowing around the corners of the photo. And all I'm going to do is just bring down the exposure now. Oh, there's my cat. Hey, Luna. What's up? She was hopping up here last time. I just can't let her get in the cords, man. It's too sketchy. She could electrocute herself. I always worry about that sometimes. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. We're going to wrap it up here, guys. Bring that down. Does that look good? I mean, I can't even really tell the difference too much. See, it's just little things like this that drive me nuts. Okay. Cutting it off there. So, hope you guys... yeah, I just get way too perfectionist with some stuff. Little things like that. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I know these editing sessions can kind of take a while if you sit through all of it and kind of watch all of it or listen to all of it. You're awesome. I know sometimes there can kind of be some dead air, but I'm just basically looking at the photo and trying to figure out what I want to do with the editing. So I try my best to give you guys at least some form of commentary and maybe a little rant here and there. So that'll do it for this photo, guys. Let's look at the before and after. So this is the before. No crop. And then this is the after. Let's just look at it like this. This will be easier. So there's the after. So that's pretty cool. Looking at it like that, you can see all the edits we made. And again, I didn't change much. Didn't change much on this. Just pretty much brought out the highlights. Made it pop a little bit more. So, that is the one photo we're going to do here, guys. Again, I didn't get... Oops, sneak peek. I didn't get many for this one, but I do really like this scene here. I don't even know which photo of this I'm going to choose. Obviously, every time I stop and take something, I take a ton of pictures. So it takes me a while just to sort through everything. Excuse me. Jesus. But, yeah, so one last time. There's our dead end. So let's hop off the screen. Yeah, so this will get posted to the jpeg.store profile, Peachwoody. Same deal. Links and everything down below. I do put timestamps. Obviously, you guys probably can see that. But there's timestamps down there too. So, hope you guys enjoyed. We are into September now. Like I said, I'm going to be basically going out as much as I can within the next month or two, just trying to capture all that I can with the fall foliage and the leaves turning, and just basically getting out and about before winter comes. So you guys should be doing the same as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.